this is a game in which they had to call all of these texts to break up all of the messiness, Isaiah.
Yeah, I mean, both teams came out and was playing very physical. A lot was on the line, and they played like a lot was on the line. Utah tonight, though, was a significantly much better team.
Sam, there's a sigh that we breathe when we think of the team concept versus the superstar concept, and we know which side of the argument you're on. It looks as if the Utah Jazz are pulling ahead in this series because they embody that team concept.
Well, don't get me wrong now. I'm not against having star players on your team, but the problem with OKC is that those stars haven't yet figured out how to play together. And when you look at Utah, Ricky Rubio said it best, we're a basketball team. And when you look at the quality of shots that Utah get compared to OKC, the forced shot, the contested shots, and then you look at Russ, 3 assists, 5 turnovers. And that's the point guard of your team. That's the guy that's supposed to get everybody going, direct the traffic, keep the ball moving, keep the pace going. They're just struggling right now. And when you look at Utah, offensively, defensively, and the way they rely on each other, they're just a better basketball team. Now, that being said, OKC, they're not out of it because of that talent that they have, but it's a long, long, long road to get back in this series because even if they win in OKC, they got to come back to Utah, and that's a tough building to play in.
You know, and when you talk about your point guard in terms of Westbrook, right, you know, the most important thing he's got to bring to the table is temperament, right? Particularly in a hostile environment. And you cannot have your point guard, your head of your team, out of control and angry and upset. I mean, that guy's got to be steady because if he's not steady, then your team's going to fluctuate and go up and down just the way his emotions go up and down. And I thought tonight Westbrook was just totally out of control with his emotions.
Well, someone that was in control of their emotions, their game, making history, Donovan Mitchell, 33 points, most in the playoffs by a rookie since Brandon Jennings in 2010. Now, most by a rookie in Jazz history since Karl Malone in 1986.
You know, we said at the start of the game, right, you know, that, you know, for Westbrook, Rubio wasn't the problem for OKC. Donovan Mitchell is the problem. That's the guy you should have been issuing the ultimatum to, saying, this is the guy I'm going to go and shut down. This is the guy I want to stop. Because right now, OKC has no answer for Mitchell. He's doing whatever he wants to do out on the floor. He's getting his shots in rhythm. He's penetrating the basketball. He's making good decisions. And when we talk about temperament, right, you got the rookie of the Utah Jazz right now.
Rookie of the Utah Jazz or the year?
Well, you know, rookie of the year. You know, he and Ben Simmons, in my opinion, co-rookies right now. They co-rookies of the year. We're going to give it to both of them.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to be co. It's going to be Ben.
Wait a minute. Grant Hill and Jason Kidd got co.
But you are no longer allowed to split votes. That's something that the NBA changed. So you can't split votes, give one vote.
Man, the NBA changed their rules every year.
I'm telling you the rules today, so they can't do it. I've already been inquiring.
RJ, I have a question for you, though.
Well, as long as it starts with Donovan Mitchell being the Rookie of the Year.
No, but my question for you is this. As a player, when you got a guy like Donovan Mitchell and you have Paul George and Russell Westbrook, aren't you waiting for that knock on the door as a coach to say, Coach, I got it? That's what the playoffs. But that's what the playoffs are about.
But that's not for everyone. That's not for everyone. That type of, I got it, Coach. I got it. Just tell me the game plan and what we're going to do. That's something that takes a little bit more. And Ricky Rubio is an easy target. He's a guy that doesn't really score the ball a lot, doesn't really do anything. He's a facilitator. So, yes, you want to take the challenge and make sure that he's not the impact player. But as far as the real challenge that needs to be taken, we just not going. We're going to all.
But when you expect Paul George at 6'7", 6'8", to guard to take the challenge and guard this rookie at 6'4", 6'5".
But you can't just ignore. Hey, I'm going to shut Ricky Rubio down. Hey, you know there's a rookie that's giving y'all the business right now. That's scoring 25 a night. That just broke a rookie record that was held by Karl Malone, a Hall of Famer. And even just as a team, you look at it, they had 21 assists tonight. 21 assists compared to 10. Right? So they're playing better team basketball. Their individual players, their star players, are playing better. So they're beating you in every facet. And this series is not over. I'm not going to count OKC out. They can still get it done. But when you have individuals playing better and then you have a team playing better, you end up with a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, and, you know, and when we talk about accepting the challenge, just to, you know, I'll take it back to when I was playing, right? That'd be like me going to Chuck Daly saying, hey, Chuck, don't worry about it. I got B.J. Armstrong. You know? Now, B.J.'s my man.
What Chuck wanted to hear, though, is
B.J. Yeah.
That's what Chuck sitting there saying, you got the wrong two initials.
Now, B.J., you know you my man. Well, you know, where the camera at, but you my man, B.J. But it's like, that'd have been like me saying to Chuck, hey, we gonna shut B.J. down tonight, right?
Craig Hodges.
Yeah,
John
don't worry
Paxson.
about it. Now, wait a minute. Craig gave me numbers.
So I guess your defense is overrated now.
Craig can give you numbers.
And I think it was Russ. I don't remember, but they asked Russ a question about the rookie, and he said, "Well, I already answered a question about Donovan, so that's for Carmelo." Or it was vice versa. I don't remember because they were both at the podium together. And it's like, don't shy away from it. Well, we talked about it. Look, this is what you do, right? You don't take it personal. You just take it with you. And right now, the Jazz are playing better basketball. Their star players are playing better, and you have to take all the negative or all the positive that comes with it. So at some point in time, instead of answering questions about Ricky Rubio and his triple-double that he had 2 games ago, and he still played a steady game, Russell, to your point, played a little too emotional. But what Russell did is he tried to set the tone, but he ended up setting the wrong tone. And I like his fire. I like his intensity. But the foul trouble, the 4 fouls, the 3 fouls early, those kind of took him out of his rhythm. And that's because he was trying to just do a little too much in those moments.
But again, the temperament of the point guard. I mean,
what do you know about that?
Just a little bit, right? But that temperament, and I was taught that early, right? Yeah. I was taught that early in grade school and high school. You cannot, be up and down with your temperament because the team really does follow the way you set the tone offensively and defensively. And it really comes from when they talk about tempo, right? The 2 T's was temperament and tempo, right? Those were the 2 things that you had to control out on the floor that the coach was saying that you are responsible for, right? The temperament of the team and the tempo and the pace that we play at.
But one thing, guys, I'm noticing in this series, Utah with Gobert, Derek Favors, during the regular season, they had them back, like a lot of NBA teams. During this series, they got them up. And you look at OKC, they got Steven Adams and their bigs back. What Utah's doing, they're not allowing Paul George and Russ to get downhill as often as they like. Mm-hmm. So they got those bigs up, and they're forcing them to go east and west. They're short showing, they're stringing them out. They're bumping the road guy, and then they're getting back to their guys. And what OKC is doing, they got Adams back, and Donovan Mitchell is just getting downhill. And once he get downhill on those bigs, he just using his athleticism to score.